Hello and welcome to Strength Training 101, an intro to weights for women who are serious about making change. We're going to talk about how to walk into the gym confidently and consistently without fearing the weight section, even as a beginner over 30. So before we get started, I want to be honest with you. I'm not doing this exactly live. It is pre-recorded. However, any questions or comments that you have, I will be in the chat on the other side answering those questions. So I will be here with you throughout the workshop. So my name is Adelaide, and I am a personal trainer and behavior change specialist. I am a lover of dogs. I love cooking. I love warm weather and nature. I'm a former yo-yo dieter and exerciser. I help women overcome their gym anxiety by using a holistic beginner approach to strength training so that you can show up for yourself confidently and consistently, both in and out of the gym. So I do believe that there is an easier way to get started than jumping into an intensive program or having to hire a personal trainer. So I've been working in the fitness industry for the past several years, and all of my clients are women between the ages of 30 and 75, all who have which described feeling intimidated by the gym, not knowing where to start, feeling embarrassed even, until they were able to bite the bullet and hire a trainer, me. But unfortunately, not everyone has the means to be able to hire a personal trainer in order to start lifting weights and working out. So, what that means is most women live in this state of gym anxiety and feeling intimidated or overwhelmed at the thought of walking into a gym. They feel embarrassed at having to learn how to use equipment and not knowing how to. So most women are just going to avoid the gym altogether, which makes me sad because we are all hearing about how important it is for women to be lifting weights and building muscle, especially as they get older. So, yes, hiring a trainer is a great starting point, but it's just not feasible for everyone. So now, instead of having women rely on me as their trainer in order to show up to their workouts, I am now teaching women to overcome their fear of gym anxiety so that they can walk into the gym on their own, both confidently and consistently. So, do you ever feel like you keep hearing about how important strength training is for women as they age after being told your whole life that women should just stick to cardio and that lifting weights would make you bulky? So, now that you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you feel like you're behind? Or do you feel like you're ready to start strength training, but you have no idea where to start, and even beginner programs feel too advanced? Do you feel like the gym is an intimidating place? You're ready to get in there, or maybe you already are in there and you're kind of just sticking to the cardio section and you don't feel confident picking up weights or using machines? Do you feel like you just want to be the woman who walks into the gym and follows a routine, but you haven't been able to find something that you can actually stick to without feeling overwhelmed? So let's make sure that you are in the right place. You are in the right place if you are one of those people who keeps hearing all about the importance of strength training and building muscle, but you just want to learn how. Walking into the gym and starting just feels really out of reach right now, or you're in the gym and you're tired of just sticking to the cardio section, trying to see what other people are doing. You're in the right place if you have any of the following goals. You want to build strength, you want to improve your bone density, you want to reduce menopause symptoms, balance your hormones, improve your metabolism for weight loss, and you just want to live better and stay independent for longer doing the things that you love. Guess what? All of that is going to require you to have some sort of strength training routine, which you might not necessarily be able to do at home, and it's going to require you to feel confident going to the gym on a regular basis. You're in the right place if you're done with excuses and starting on your own just hasn't happened yet. So you're ready to commit to your health and longevity and find a way that's sustainable for you. And you are in the right place if you have tried other programs before, but you've just felt overwhelmed, confused, or maybe you've even gotten injured, leaving you feeling worse than when you started. And you are in the right place if you want to learn exactly how and where to start, as you would with a personal trainer, only on your own terms, on your own schedule, without expensive training sessions. So if yes, that's great, because I am going to teach you exactly what I've learned coaching women who are brand new to strength training while applying proven behavior change strategies to make real long-term lifestyle changes. And if you stick around until the end, as a thank you for being here, I have something very special for you to be able to take home with you. So here's what we're going to unpack today. We're going to talk about the 3 main reasons why women struggle to stick to a fitness routine. So why traditional approaches like quick fix programs and 6-week challenges tend to fall short, and what actually works. So maybe you've tried something like this in the past, but you still haven't felt good or confident about lifting weights or walking into the gym and using equipment. And so you kind of gave up altogether. We're going to talk about the exact movements that you should be starting with, and we're going to go over some case studies. So you're going to hear how my strategies have helped other women be able to build strength progressively, reduce pain, and be able to stay consistent without feeling overwhelmed and intimidated. We're going to talk about how to build strength training into your life without feeling overwhelmed, even if you've never lifted weights before or stepped foot in a gym. So I'm going to show you a practical framework for you to be able to build strength from the ground up, starting from the comfort of your home. And we're going to do this all by using a behavior change approach to strength training. So what that is filling the learning gap between where you are right now and where you want to be. So where you want to be is being that confident woman who walks into the gym, knows what she's doing, knows her form, and feels good and empowered lifting weights. But the problem is that a lot of us just try to jump from where we are, so maybe not knowing anything about weightlifting, to going into the gym and following a program, which leads to you feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and giving up altogether, right? So what we're going to do is use this behavior change approach to step by step fill that learning gap, so that you can feel at ease with every workout and finally make sustainable progress without feeling overwhelmed, judged, or unsure of where to start. All right, so 90% of women stop going to the gym within the first 3 months of joining. So what do you think some of those reasons are? Put them in the chat. Okay, good, tell me. Time, motivation. Good, very common answers. So the top 3 reasons that 90% of women stop going to the gym within the first 3 months are: number 1, lack of knowledge/confidence. So when you don't know what you're doing, how can you feel confident in doing it? Reason number 2 is quick fix traps. So that's those 6-week challenges and those programs that promise big results in a small amount of time. And reason number 3 is lack of support. All right, so let's unpack reason number 1, and that is lack of knowledge and confidence. So the reality is that most fitness programs aren't designed for self-efficacy. So they're not designed to give you the tools that you need to be able to rely on yourself. These so-called beginner programs tend to jump into full workouts and kind of like a learn as you go approach, which makes it hard to focus on things like form and actually be able to retain knowledge of why you're doing, what muscles you're working, and how it's going to help you in everyday life. They don't give you any strategies for handling setbacks. So, how many times have you maybe started a program or tried to start a program and something happens in your life, throws you off track, and you think, well, I'm done for, right? So you give up. These programs include 45 to 60-minute workouts, maybe 5 times a week, doing movements that you've never done before. This leads to frustration, injury, and just giving up altogether. And quite frankly, they're unrealistic and they're not sustainable. There's little or no prep for teaching you how to walk into the gym for the first time. This kind of makes you feel like you should already know, right? So, what you need instead, you need small, simple lessons that are going to help you fill that learning gap between where you are right now and where you want to be without jumping too far ahead. So, this is where you're going to start with your form of functional movements before adding weights. This is how I start all of my beginner clients. There's no chance I'm just going to hand them a pair of dumbbells and have them start doing these movements that they've never even done before. We need to start with the basics of those functional movements using body weight only. And we need to make sure that you're doing it correctly so that you can feel confident when it does come time to add weights. You need breakdowns of how to read programs and be able to track your own progress. So, a lot of the times when you buy an online program or you get a program designed by a trainer for you, you might not even know what it means when it says reps, or how to track your weights, or how to track your progress, or what tempo means. So you need to learn how to be able to read and understand a program. And you need practical advice for choosing the right gym and lessons on gym etiquette, what equipment to start with, and how to use and adjust it so that you feel comfortable and confident walking into the gym. So, reason number 2 why most women stop going to the gym within the first 3 months are these quick fix traps. So, the reality is that these programs are unsustainable with unrealistic workouts and restrictive diets. This promotes that all or nothing mindset, which tends to lead to constant stopping and restarting and guilt and shame. That then leads to an unhealthy relationship with exercise. So these types of programs promise appealing results that will only appear if you follow the program to a T. So if you miss a day or a week, you already feel like you failed and it kind of leaves you back at square one. These quick fix programs include challenges, cleanses, and intense workouts, which have created that all or nothing mindset, which then leads to that start and stop cycle. So you never really feel like you're making real progress, and you're not really learning how to build fitness into your unique lifestyle. So, what you need instead, you need to use behavior change strategies to uncover your internal motivation by understanding the benefits of strength training and the implications of continuing to be sedentary, so that building strength training into your life then becomes a choice. It's not just another item on your to do list. You need short lessons that can be built into your existing schedule that are going to empower you in your form so that you can make gradual progress. So before jumping into some intense workout program, how about spending 10 or 15 minutes learning how to properly do a squat or a push up? That's actually going to get you a lot further than trying to jump into a 5 day a week workout plan. You also need proven behavior change strategies for implementing habit change and for being able to handle setbacks when they occur so that you can work through them and learn from them instead of giving up altogether. And reason number 3 why most women stop going to the gym within the first 3 months is that most programs focus on the workouts, not the person behind them. So without having support that understands your mindset, your lifestyle, your real life barriers, it's easy to feel alone and give up when life gets busy. So, reason number three, that lack of support is why a lot of women stop going. So, online programs, especially, usually are kind of this one size fits all with no space for questions or feedback or real guidance on your form. These programs also don't include breakdowns of how to read them or how to properly track your progress, making you feel like you should already know how to do this. And even in person trainers, they often only support you when you're in the gym with them because your return visits are really their business model. So they're not focused on teaching you how to set up equipment and do things on your own and track your progress on your own. You are relying on them to do that so that even if you do have a personal trainer, you're still feeling a little lost on what to do on your own if you were to enter the gym by yourself after your sessions run out. So, what you need instead, you need acknowledgement of how it feels to walk into the gym for the first time as an adult woman. As I mentioned before, 90% of my clients have described this feeling of overwhelm or intimidation or even feeling embarrassed at the idea of walking into the gym for the first time. And this needs to be acknowledged. Women need support. So you can really feel alone in this space and have a hard time setting boundaries with your friends or your families in order to be able to put yourself first so you can take care of your health. Women need strategies for building workouts into their lives. You don't need programs that require you to build your life around them because that just doesn't work. And you need self-efficacy for being able to adjust your own equipment, track your own progress so that you feel confident in the gym without needing a trainer by your side every time. So now we're going to get into some case studies of my actual clients and how my strategies have worked with them in order for them to continuously be strength training and to do it consistently and stay accountable to themselves. So the first example is my client Rani, who is now 72 years old. She came to me 2 years ago because she has osteopenia, and she was told that it is absolutely crucial for her to be strength training and lifting weights in order to maintain her bone density. She really, really didn't like working out. She had already told herself that she hated it. Every movement was too hard. Everything hurt. And she really just was not in it. And we got to a point where, I said, okay, we're going to have to make a decision here. So we can talk a little bit about some strategies and how to change your mindset around these exercises and around these workouts. Then shortly after that, I get an email that Rani had fallen and broke her shoulder while she was visiting her son. So she went to a rehab in Florida, and I didn't hear from her for 6 months. Then she came back to me, and she had a totally different mindset. Number one, she was grateful that she had done the workouts that she had with me because she had lower body strength that she would not have had otherwise, and she wouldn't have been able to keep up with the rehab program. And number two is that she now was a grandmother. So she realized how important it was for her to be strong enough to pick up her grandchild and be able to help with childcare. When she came to me, she told me that 2-pound weights were too heavy for her and that she couldn't even carry her groceries. So now, after using some different behavior change strategies and kind of digging a little bit deeper and uncovering, the importance for her to be able to lift and hold her grandchild, and how now she's also seeing that her husband and her friends are starting to deteriorate, and she really, really doesn't want that. And she really wants to be able to continue to carry her groceries and to be around and moving for longer. So she comes in excited for her workouts now. And in the last year, she's had 0% bone loss, which is incredible for somebody who has had osteopenia since her early 40s. So now she is squatting and pressing 10 pounds overhead. And here she is rowing 30 pounds for someone who, when we started, could not even have any weight on that. So that's less than 10 pounds she could not pull. But now with her determination and mindset, she has pushed to being able to row 30 pounds, which is pretty incredible.
I started strength training with Adelaide about 2 years ago. I was 40 years old and my second child was about 2 years old. I had hip pain, pelvic floor issues. I didn't really even know where to start. I was intimidated, but I knew I needed to do something and something soon. Luckily, I found Adelaide online. I liked how she explained the exercises and forms properly, and I felt safe with the exercises we were beginning with. I had enough injuries in the past to know that my body was not ready to jump right in, and I should probably ease into working out again, which really seemed to be in line with Adelaide's approach. I can say that strength training has improved my life so much. First of all, I can actually get off the floor with no hands. I know that sounds really silly, but I couldn't do it before, especially with kids. I can also keep up with my 2 young children, carry them, carry their gear, and do all the other things kids do that I couldn't do before or wouldn't do because I was afraid of getting injured. I can finally do squats and deadlifts now without injury, which is a huge win for me. I can finally do a push-up. I haven't been able to do one since I was a child or maybe ever. I say all in all, strength training has made such an impact in both my physical and emotional health. I'm more confident, more attuned to my body, and just grateful to be strong and getting stronger. I honestly can say I wouldn't be here and on this strength training journey if it wasn't for Adelaide and her compassionate and knowledgeable approach.
Next, we have Andy, who is doing my online program. This is what she put in our community chat, and she's following the same sort of lessons that I teach my clients. So she's saying, I've been a little bit behind in the functional module, but just did the core essentials plank video. I've done planks before, and yes, they're not the most comfortable exercise, but implementing the pelvic tilt is something I guess I didn't know before. And it's so much more comfortable. I was able to do it for 15 seconds. So this little movement makes holding a plank much more comfortable, and most importantly, it's much better on your back. So a lot of people do things like the plank improperly and actually end up hurting themselves. Next is my client, Christiane. So Christiane was not able to get low in her squats. Her heels would lift off the floor, her chest would fall forward. So we started practicing the squats from a seated position and learning how to put the weight in her heels and her hips. Then we added some elevation to her heels, which helped with her ankle mobility, as you can see here. So being able to understand the correct form, how to achieve it, and modifications for someone like Christiane who has ankle mobility issues will allow you to then be able to do movements in a way that work for you instead of just assuming you can't do them. There is always a way. So now she is squatting low with a 45-pound barbell, as you can see here, and now she's added plates to it even. So the bottom line is that you're not too old or out of shape to start. You don't lack discipline. You don't need to be jumping into intense programs to actually see results. You can go at your own pace without starting in an overwhelming gym or paying for expensive training sessions. And that strength training is essential for women as they age, not quick fixes. So here are some quick win takeaways that we can take from the workshop so far. Getting deep and finding your why is what's going to keep you committed to the process. Just look at Rani, how she started out and then how when she really discovered her why, now she's been able to build strength training into her life and she's actually excited to come in and lift weights. Learning how to perform functional movements the right way can help reduce pain, like with Abby, build strength, and allow you to be able to get off the floor without using your hands. One small adjustment, like the pelvic tilt in a plank, can reduce back pain, as Andy said, and help you build internal core strength. And learning common mistakes in an exercise and how to modify it helps build confidence. So look at Christiane, who was, when she was squatting, her heels were lifting, her chest was coming forward. We learned how to modify it into something that worked for her, and so can you. So instead of giving up and assuming that you just can't do it. So if these simple lessons can do this, imagine what a full framework can do. So this is where I introduce the Strength Starts Here framework. These are the 6 steps that are going to take you from where you are right now to being able to walk into the gym and pick up weights confidently and consistently on your own. No jumping into intense programs here. So let's get into it. Step number 1 is where you're going to get deep. So these are the behavior change methods and journal prompts that are going to help you get clear on why improving your personal strength and health matters to you beyond appearance. Okay, so this is often a key piece of the puzzle that is missing and that we don't think about. We need to take the time to actually think about what it means for us and why it is crucial for you personally. This is going to give you something to always refer back to, especially on the hard days when you don't feel like doing it. Step number 2 is get functional. So your next step is where you're going to start with just the foundational movements. All of these movements you can learn at home. You don't have to walk into a gym. So these movements are squats, hinge, lunge, push, and pull. So these movements mimic everyday life activities, and they're going to form the base of all of your exercises moving forward. So here you can follow along in the mirror, you can record yourself so that you can see exactly what you need to work on, and you'll be able to compare your form with mine so that you can see where maybe you're falling short. So being able to master these exercises will not only improve your strength in everyday life, but they're going to help you feel confident in your form and safe before you go ahead and add weights. So this is also going to reduce your risk of injury. Step number 3 is get with the program. So in this step, you're going to learn how to properly read and follow a program. So you're going to get a glossary of workout terms you can refer to so that you'll know the difference between sets, reps, supersets, and you're going to learn how to input and track your own progress. So being able to follow a structured program is going to allow you to save time. It's going to help you feel confident knowing what you're doing in every workout when you go into the gym. There's no more guesswork, and being able to track your own progress is going to help you measure your results beyond the scale. So seeing your progress is going to give you that instant confidence boost that you need to be excited about your workouts. So step number 4 is get strong. So now that you've mastered your body weight movements, you're ready to level it up by adding some dumbbells. So you're going to learn exactly when you should be increasing your weights, and you're going to learn some new exercises with dumbbells. So lifting weights counteracts any age-related muscle loss. It improves your bone density. It boosts your metabolism, helps balance hormonal changes for anyone who is perimenopausal or in menopause. And it also is going to help you maintain a healthy body weight. So having muscle actually boosts your metabolism throughout your day, not just when you're working out. Whereas doing cardio, yes, you're burning calories when you're working out, but it doesn't do anything for you outside of that. Having muscle is what does. And having muscle is going to reduce your risk of all-cause mortality. It's been proven that the more muscle you have, the longer you live. And no, lifting weights is not going to make you bulky. So now that you've mastered your dumbbell exercises, you've learned the proper form for them in your previous step, it is time to get in the gym. You feel confident in your movements, you feel confident in your form, you feel good picking up weights. Now we're going to take your training program into the gym. So you're going to learn how to choose the right gym, how to navigate the gym floor, even if it's busy. So if the machine that you need is being taken, you'll learn what you could do instead and how to kind of navigate this. You're going to learn how to use equipment confidently. So no more sticking to the treadmill and trying to see what everyone else is doing. You're going to get your own 4-week program created by me based on your personal unique goals, lifestyle, and gym accessibility so that you can take that program into the gym confidently with a plan in hand. Again, this program is going to be created just for you. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. So being able to overcome gym anxiety, which this step is designed to help you do, is the key to creating a routine. And finally, step number 6 is get living. So this is where you're going to be able to practice implementing your new workout program into your everyday life. And you're going to be able to transition from seeing fitness as another item on your to-do list to making it a non-negotiable part of your lifestyle. But this doesn't come easily. So during this step, you're going to really lean into the coaching and the support of myself and other women going through the same program. And you're going to learn how to adjust your routine through life stages because, as I said before, things happen. And with this program, you're actually going to learn how to handle these setbacks and work through them so that you can keep going instead of just giving up. Right? You're going to learn how to celebrate every win, no matter how small. And again, you're going to learn from your setbacks. So we're also going to cover some nutrition basics here, including what to focus on and some simple meal prep ideas. We're going to talk about the importance of sleep and recovery, how to set boundaries, and the next steps in your strength training journey. So that's it. That is the Strength Starts Here framework. All of those 6 steps with support at the center of it all. So as a thank you for being here, I'm introducing to you the program that has all of those 6 steps. It's called Strength Starts Here. And what you can expect after joining is you're going to be able to commit to building strength by getting clear on your internal motivators like you never have before with journal prompts that are actually backed by behavior change science. You're going to learn how to engage your core properly to improve your balance and stability and reduce back pain to set you up for success in all of your future exercises. So a lot of programs do not start with this. They jump into complicated exercises. Having a strong core is really at the core of it all. You're going to get follow-along video lessons of the 5 functional movements that I talked about. So you're going to learn step-by-step how to do squats, hinge, lunge, push, and pull. And these videos include common mistakes and how to avoid or correct them that every beginner needs to master before they pick up weights. You're going to get bite-sized, progressive exercise lessons that meet you where you are. So they're going to start again with body weight only and gradually build up to dumbbells, eventually leading to gym equipment. You're going to get a supportive community of women who are all on similar journeys and access to a real personal trainer and behavior change coach. So me, you're going to have 24/7 access to the online community, and we're going to have live coaching calls every other week. So what makes this different? I know I've talked about it throughout the whole program, but let's do it again. So unlike personal trainers or fitness apps that rely on rigid plans or external motivation, my 6-step process is going to empower you to build confidence and skills and independence. So you're not going to have to rely on a trainer eventually. This isn't about just following someone else's strict routine. It's about learning how to move, how to lift properly, and how to have a workout plan that actually fits into your life. So we're going to focus on mindset, on habits, and step-by-step guidance so that you'll have the tools to be able to stay consistent and confident even after the program ends. But how? Well, we're going to do progress tracking. So you're going to learn how to track your own progress beyond the scale. Every time you move counts. Each time you move your body in a lesson, each time you complete a workout, all counts as progress. And being able to see this progress is going to be key, especially on the hard days. You're going to have that private community that we talked about. So you're going to have 24/7 online access to the community, to ask questions, to ask for support, to give support, and to share fun things like recipe inspiration or podcast recommendations. We're going to have bi-weekly live coaching calls. So in addition to that private community, we're going to have regular live check-ins to answer any questions, provide guidance, and help you overcome any roadblocks like self-sabotage or perfectionism. And you're going to have a safe space to ask questions and seek support. You're going to be given proven strength training techniques. So you're going to learn exactly the personal training techniques that I use with my clients, and the progressions that I use with them time and time again, breaking down each movement step by step so that you can then watch yourself in the mirror or record yourself to make sure that your form is on point. And we're going to be learning some mindset shifts. So we're using those proven behavior change strategies to challenge any negative self-talk. We're going to rewrite your limiting beliefs that maybe have held you back in the past, and we're going to help you stay focused and confident in this journey. So, what would change for you if you learned how to make time for your workouts twice a week or more, even with a busy schedule? So imagine finally feeling in control of your time, carving out space for yourself to build strength and confidence without having to sacrifice family, career, or personal commitments. What would change for you if you stopped letting perfectionism keep you stuck? So let go of that all or nothing mindset so that you can start making real progress, even just with small, consistent steps. What would change for you if you felt confident and capable walking into the gym and lifting weights? Think about how empowering that's going to feel. Picture yourself walking into the gym with a clear plan, knowing exactly what to do and how to do it, and feeling at home instead of feeling intimidated. And what would change for you if you learned how to handle setbacks without giving up? So imagine something goes wrong and you have the ability to just power through and start again the next day, instead of giving up altogether and being hard on yourself. And what would change for you if you stopped relying on motivation and you actually built lasting habits instead? So if you have a small foundation of achievable habits and you would stay consistent no matter how busy or challenging life gets, no willpower required. So that's what you will get in Strength Starts Here, where strength training, confidence, and consistency is your new reality. So this is a holistic beginner approach to strength training that's going to help you create long-lasting habits and long-term results. So you are going to finally be able to have that consistent gym routine and actually feel confident and comfortable walking into the gym like never before. You're not going to fear the weight section anymore. So this is the ultimate how to go to the gym and stick to a program. Imagine finally feeling strong and empowered in your workouts. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to uncover your internal motivators so that you can commit to your fitness once and for all without fear of failure. We're going to work through those functional movements and exercises so you feel confident in your form and picking up dumbbells. We're going to learn how to read and understand a program so that you can save time and feel confident walking into the gym with a plan. We're going to learn how to work through setbacks and use them to your advantage instead of quitting when the going gets rough. And you're going to be able to build a supportive community with accountability. So finally, you're going to learn exactly what exercises to start with and be able to perfect your form. So with over 50 instructional videos, don't worry, they're short and they are progressive and step by step. You're going to have clear form cues and you're going to learn common mistakes to avoid so that you can perform your movements safely. And you're even going to have the option to record yourself and compare your form side by side and make corrections as needed. So I've added that video feature into the program as well. And imagine finally having a fitness approach that tackles setbacks and self-sabotage head on. So you're going to have a downloadable workbook pages and quizzes on exercise form to help you retain information and apply strength in everyday life. You're going to get clear on your why. You're going to learn how to overcome self-sabotaging behaviors. You're going to adjust your mindset when setbacks arise. So this is a key component that most programs miss, and this is a key component of making real behavior change. And finally, you're going to have a workout program that's tailored to your personal schedule and strength. So I'm going to show you not only how to read and follow a program, but you're going to get a program that you're able to customize based on the time that you have, and you're going to learn how to make progress without overwhelm. So whether you have 15 minutes or 45 minutes, you're going to have a plan that evolves with you. So to make your new fitness routine even more tailored to your unique lifestyle, with this masterclass only, I'm giving away a few bonuses. So bonus number 1 is that you're going to have one-on-one voice note exchange with me or a Zoom call where you can seek guidance and support and discuss your personal health and fitness goals to help build on your next bonus, which is a fully customized 4-week workout plan tailored to your unique goals and lifestyle. So you're going to get a program and a plan to start with the bodyweight movements and dumbbells. And then in the last 4 weeks, you're going to have a program that is completely tailored to you based on that one-on-one call that we have. And bonus number 3 is you have lifetime access to all of it. So yes, $1,500 value, but it really is priceless because you're going to be able to have access to all of these videos. If you say you walk into the gym and you forget how to adjust the cable machine, you can always go back and watch that lesson. If you need a refresher on your form when performing a squat or a push-up, you can always go back and watch that lesson. As long as the program exists, you have access to it, which is really, really great. So think about what it would be worth for you to get strong and healthy on your terms, have more strength, more energy, less aches and pains. And what would it be worth for you to quiet the mental chatter that's saying you can't stick to anything or maybe saying you're too far gone and actually build true confidence that only comes with showing up for yourself time and time again? Because right now, you can get 50 plus video tutorials, which are $1,200 value. You're going to have your printable workbook and reference sheets. You're going to get bi-weekly live coaching. You're going to have a private online community. You're going to have access to my PT Hub, which is what I use to create workout programs, and it's going to be designed just for you. You're going to get that bonus one-on-one, either voice note exchange or Zoom call with me, and you're going to have lifetime access. I should also mention that you can get through all of the lessons and feel confident in the gym in 8 weeks. And then the last 4 weeks are you following your own program and just working through that final Get Living module. So by week 8, you feel confident walking into the gym with your own program. And you can get the entire program and bonuses for only not $9.97, but instead I've got something special for you. So you can get the entire program and bonuses for just $197 for 3 months, and that's Canadian, which is huge. And this is only for the next 3 days by watching this workshop. Or you can pay in full and save a couple $100 and pay $497 Canadian for the next 3 days only. And another bonus, if you do it now after this workshop, you're going to get a bonus mini course within Strength Starts Here, Cable Machines 101. So we're going to go over some key exercises that you can do with cable machines and how to set up the cable machine so that it's not so intimidating when you walk into the gym. Here are some testimonials from people who have just gone through my beta launch of the program. So this is Andy. She says, this program has really changed my whole outlook on working out. I get excited to work out and I don't feel lost anymore. You have created something really special here. This is one of my clients, Minna. She said, when I started with Adelaide, I was tired, discouraged, and I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. She gave the encouragement I needed with practical advice, check-ins, and most of all, patience. Now I feel lighter, more powerful. I have more energy than ever before. Adelaide is great at pushing you just the right amount to become better and stronger. And here is Jenny, who just also completed the beta launch of the program of Strength Starts Here, and here's what she has to say.
What made me decide to join Strength Starts Here is not feeling confident in the gym. I have worked out for years, many years, and followed YouTube videos, but when it comes to the gym, it's very intimidating for me. So I really liked that this program showed me step by step how to do moves that surprisingly I had no idea that I was doing them incorrectly until I took Adelaide's program. One of the things I love most about the program is the community aspect of it. Doing this together, it was motivating to encourage me to commit to my workouts, showing up weekly for myself. Having Adelaide's support throughout the program was so beneficial. She showed up in group and she was there for personalized support. Even though it's a group program, I felt like I had very personalized support from her, which gave me the confidence to get into the gym and start working out. So I'm already noticing changes in my body composition and have more muscle on my body, which is so important for us women as we get older. So you will not be disappointed.
So let's go over just some frequently asked questions in case you are thinking of any of these. But once again, you can ask any questions in the chat. Or you can send me an email if you'd like. So some frequently asked questions. Do I need a gym membership to start? No. You're going to be starting at home with body weight movements. So this program is designed to build your confidence before you even step into a gym. Question number 2, what if I've never lifted weights? So this program is made for beginners or those who are restarting their fitness journey. So you're going to learn proper form, how to read a workout plan, and build strength safely from the ground up. So if you are a little bit more advanced, you might work through some of the body weight exercises a little bit quicker. But if you are more of a beginner, you have those lessons to review and continue to practice until you feel comfortable to move on to the next thing. So how is this different than hiring a personal trainer? Well, $497 usually gets you between 4 and 5 personal training sessions. And let me tell you, as a personal trainer, that's not enough to A, learn movements properly and retain knowledge, and B, have changed your habits so that you can walk into the gym not only knowing what you're doing, but be able to do it consistently. So Strength Starts Here gives you lifetime access to expert instruction, mindset support, and the tools to be able to confidently train for the rest of your life at a fraction of the cost. So what if I'm over 40 or I have gym anxiety? Well, it's perfect. This is just for you. So you're in the right place. So it's really designed for women over 35 who feel intimidated by gym culture. You're going to be able to feel empowered and not overwhelmed. And you're going to be able to apply everything you learn in the gym, or you can apply it even at home if you have a home gym. How much time do I need to commit each week? So the beauty of this is that it's pretty self-paced. I do recommend that you dedicate like 15 to 20 minutes a few days a week at least to get started. You can complete the lessons in 8 to 12 weeks by just doing that, 15 to 20 minutes for a few days a week, plus your 2 to 3 workouts that you will be implementing starting in week 4. So you're also going to have options for shorter or longer workouts based on your availability. And your custom 4-week program is going to be tailored to your lifestyle and your schedule. And what if I'm dealing with an injury? So if you are recovering from a serious injury and you haven't been cleared by your doctor, or you have something like osteopenia or osteoporosis, you want someone there beside you, I highly recommend that you start by seeing somebody in person, because you want to make sure that you are doing these movements safely, okay? Then you don't want to re-injure yourself. So if you do have something like that, you might need specialized modifications, which this program is not designed for. So it's best to work with a rehab specialist or a physiotherapist in those cases. And you literally have nothing to lose. So you might be thinking, what if I take this program and I still can't go to the gym? So here is my guarantee. So I'm so passionate about helping you start your journey in a way that feels right for you, which means having all of the right tools and knowledge to allow you to walk into the gym comfortably on your own with the desire to get stronger, build confidence, and take care of you. So if you take the time to work through the videos and the tutorials, fill out your workbook, and get your questions answered during the coaching calls and in the online community chat, if you apply everything you've learned, and if after that you don't feel like you can walk into the gym, I will refund you in full. So all you'll have to do is contact me directly with photos and video proof of all of your work and your refund request, and I will happily refund you. So again, right now, you're going to get all of those step-by-step video tutorials. You're going to get your printable workbook plus reference sheets. You're going to have those bi-weekly coaching calls. You're going to have a private online community. You're going to have a My PT Hub account to follow your own program. You're going to get a bonus one-on-one call or voice note exchange with me. You're going to have lifetime access. Plus, if you join today, this fast acting bonus, you're going to get that Cable Machines 101 course. So all of that totaling $4,894 in value, and you're going to get it for just $197 Canadian a month for 3 months, or $497 Canadian when you pay in full, and this is only for the next 3 days, okay? So you can go to the link to learn more, read all about the program, and select your option. Okay, so this is what's going to happen next. You're going to click that link. You're going to go to the enrollment page. You're going to select which payment option you want. So do you want to do the monthly for 3 months, or do you want to do the pay in full option? Then you're going to check your email for your official welcome email, and you're going to head over to your course library. You're going to join the community, introduce yourself, and you will be able to get started digging deep and discovering your why. And then we'll go on from there. So again, for the next 3 days only, you're going to get that entire Strength Starts Here program for $197 for 3 months, or $497 when you pay in full for 3 days only. So I will stick around in the chat if you want. If we don't get to it, I will reply to you by email. Again, it is going to be me that is replying. So I can't wait to see you inside of Strength Starts Here.